Recently, the beta release for Battlefield 6 dropped, and immediately it spawned tons of discussion online about cheating, hacking, Zoomers being cracked, and more. But one story in particular blew up on Twitter, and that is one involving streamer rileycs, a player who posted a compilation of them playing the recent release, garnering millions of views and receiving tons of backlash for what many appeared to see as aimbot in the clips. Riley denied these allegations and argued with many on Twitter, but with this explosion in popularity, there was also a large discussion online about Riley being trans, with Tectone and other streamers saying things like grown man pretending to be a little girl, cheating in an open beta while denying it in every post. Riley continued to respond to everything, going live on stream with a hand cam to battle the narrative, but their Twitch account was banned shortly after, and discussions arose on whether it was for cheating or mass flagging. Welcome to the internet versus Battlefield cheating. It starts when Riley posts this 2-minute clip on their Twitter page with the caption, "The most locked in cat girl you'll ever see in Battlefield 6. And we won't play the whole clip for now, but here is the first couple seconds, and then we'll play people's breakdown of the rest of the clip.
Oh my god, what the fuck? That was nuts! Wow, I flicked straight at that guy through the wall. Oopsie.
Riley continues saying, "It's crazy what having good FPS can do for you." And Mr. J replies to the clip by saying, "Blatant, obvious cheating." And Riley says, "Not cheating." Handsome Smooth says, "Cheating below 720p is impressive. I must say my eyes was screaming watching these vids." And Riley says, "Not cheating." Duke Exeter says, 13 seconds, nice aimbot there. Amazing flip around and perfect aiming right for the enemy. That's behind a rock. I miss the days when cheaters weren't so blatant." And Riley says, "Not cheating." Belted says, "You can see the aimbot at 13 seconds. And Riley says, "Where?" And Belted says, "He locks onto people's heads the entire video." Ploxmaster also timestamps the 13-second section, saying, "Explain the turnaround in 10 to 15. And Riley replies, "Look at my minimap." The Actman quote tweets the clip and says, "Posting gameplay of you cheating and pretending you aren't is one of the cringiest things a gamer can do." And Dojin replies, "Actman, Riley isn't cheating. I really implore you to check out some Kovacs and AimLabs players that dedicate time to getting really insane aim. Not everyone out here with a greater than 1.5 KDR is cheating." Grayson quotes the clip and says, "I've never seen so many false accusations ever. Some people are really disconnected with PC gamers and gaming in general. Bro is not cheating." Tectone quotes the clip and says, "Grown man pretending to be a little girl, cheating in an open beta while denying it in every post. So fucking gay, brother. Get a grip." And Riley replies, "Yo, what'd your dad do again, by the way?" And Tectone says, "You are a grown man pretending to be a child cat girl. You've used aimbot in an open beta because you can't hack at as a real streamer. You will be in the unemployment line in 6 months if you're not there already." My Song of Misery quote tweets Riley with this gif in the caption, "The most locked in cat girl you'll ever see in Counter-Strike 2. TSM7 quote tweets Riley and says, "My favorite conspiracy theory is that everyone on this application is robot programmed for the sole purpose of rage baiting, because there's no way this many people seriously believe this person is cheating." Asmongold also reacted to this situation on his YouTube channel when he uploaded a video called "This Clip is Going Viral," and here is a section of his take from that.
I mean, the thing is that when I see somebody, so this is the way I look at it. If I see somebody that's that good at FPS, why aren't you playing that? Why have you never played on any team? Why aren't you on like a Valorant team? Why aren't you playing professionally, competitively? Why isn't that happening? And I think that that's one of the things that I really always ask is that, like, if you see somebody, he's too good. Yeah, exactly. Right. And anybody would say that, oh, well, maybe it's because he doesn't want to or whatever. If these people are professional streamers, like which this person clearly is, they probably would do that. I mean, they would play competitively. They would enter competitions. But I don't, when you have people that are perceptually very, very good players, but they're not entering competitions and they're not winning competitions, I generally assume that they're probably cheaters. Imagine using aimbot and calling yourself a good player. This is the part that people really think is... That was... I see. This is very sus. Symphony does this shit all the time. He kills someone random 90-degree flicks for fun. Sometimes finds a new person and gets clipped. Yeah, but like you've got to admit, I mean, we can clearly see what's sus about this, right? Is that he locks on to this player that's behind the wall immediately. That's the reason why he's getting called out as sus. It's not even about the ability to aim. It's about the ability to immediately lock onto their location before that happened.
But for a more detailed breakdown on why people think they're cheating and why people don't think they're cheating, Arctics replies to the clip by saying, "Disgusting cheater, just breaking the basics down. 14 seconds, locks onto enemy through the wall, shoots at wall, relying on aimbot. There are several other kills where this same behavior repeats." And Arctics continues saying, 22 seconds. The tracking for the enemy and the vehicle's speed matches the vehicle's movement speed. This is why the rotation on the minimap is so fluid. And Arctics continues, 29 seconds. Locks onto enemy clearly behind geometry, so cheater resets the aimbot. 54 to 56. The aimbot lags due to enemy latency, which is why, unlike a normal player, the cheater's tracking is stuttery in this example. 59 seconds. Locks onto enemy through the bus, but not in view. However, you can see downed allies. Cheater immediately resets. There is no reason to ADS here, no visible enemy. 123. Locks onto enemy immediately after killing an enemy that had no information shown. Immediately after ADSing, the enemy indicator appears, only it's after cheater aimbot snapped and ADS. 134. Locks onto enemy behind the wall immediately after killing the visible enemy. More repeat aimbot examples of geometry conflicts. 142. You can see where cheater is so used to just ADSing while relying on aimbots that they just ADS and start firing, hitting the walls, doors, and any other geometry until there's a clear line of sight with enemy. You should be entirely deplatformed for profiting from your cheats. There is no bigger plague in gaming culture. Then on the contrary, Reese screenshots Riley's post and captions it, explaining to FPS casuals how Riley CS isn't cheating, a thread. Note, I don't follow this person, never heard of them before this ordeal, and have no vested interest in defending them outside of wanting to stop lies from being continuously repeated. 1. They are aimbotting in the clip. The easiest claim to rebut. The viral clip is a 2-minute sizzle reel pulled from hours of streaming and showcases some incredible aim skill in these highlights. There is clear over-aiming and micro adjustments present with almost every kill, and then they attach this 6-second clip. The post continues, clear aimbot lock at 13 seconds. Bare minimum due diligence proves this one wrong. The snap to the rock is based clearly on game sense, whether it be the person on the minimap or an audio cue from steps or gunshots that aren't clear to us on the VOD due to music and VCam. And then they attach this screenshot of the minimap from that section of the clip. 2 continued, the snap doesn't even end on the actual enemy. The enemy that is killed after the right strafe was positioned to the right of where the aim snapped, which you can clearly see when the enemy is descending from the building and down the slope. And then they attach this part of the clip again. The thread continues, they said oopsie, Freudian slip, you fell for the bait and are an utter moron. This type of aim/snaps are simply impossible. Mostly a claim made by people that don't play in upper percentiles. There are entire communities out there dedicated to precision mouse aim and even tools such as Kovac, designed to allow people to aim train for hours. To conclude, what happened to the old days of when we would see people better than us and aspire to get to that level? Nowadays, people are in complete denial and want to tear better players down by making accusations and calling people no-lives. We need to quit this nonsense. Riley CS then tweets out this clip with the caption, used a hand cam to prove I'm not cheating. Can't wait for week 2 of the Battlefield 6 beta. And it's again a 2-minute clip, but here's just a section of it.
Into like a 2TS. I'm behind everybody. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god! Being shit at games. All of them do it. For following. It's overrated.
Yeah, go get some donuts.
Oh my fucking god!
Rob replies, hand movements not matching gameplay. Show the task manager live stream. And Riley says, showed the task manager many times during stream. Should have been there. The VOD is public so you can go see yourself, luckily. Kustakuro replies, femboy loser thinks showing a hand cam proves he's not cheating. Let's see that task manager mid-montage, buddy. Don't feed this loser, he's just trying to get noticed off hate. And Riley says, I showed task manager every single time I was asked on stream. And Maximum says, it doesn't mean shit. Advanced cheats are now easily hidden. Streamer mode mode is a thing. I don't need to educate you because you already know how all the hacks work. Plus, you are banned on Twitch for cheating. Again, fucking loser. And RageBait Alarm says, you can get banned for anything on Twitch if enough people report you. And Maximum says, wrong. Twitch is well aware of false mass/bot reports and they have systems in place to prevent report bombing. Ratfriend quotes the Handcam clip and says, turns on Handcam, gets banned immediately. Most deserved ban of all time. You will never be good at video games. You will never be a woman. Keep cheating, please. I never want to see your disgusting ass on the internet ever again. Schizoponders quotes the clip and says, I thought the COD community was fucked, but the Battlefield community is literally the Fourth Reich. Bouclair Groiper says, pointing out someone that's obviously cheating doesn't make you Hitler actually. And OP says, calling yourself a Groiper makes you Hitler actually. Sakura quotes the clip and says, played shooters with her before? She's honestly just cracked. Dusty replies to the Handcam clip by saying, notice how your hand rebounds after a flick, but no such movement is shown in game. And Riley says, I mean, my aim is shaky as fuck post-flick in a majority of these clips. Are you sure you even watched? And Cody Knight replies, 52 seconds in, your whole arm moves, but your in-game camera doesn't. You expose yourself, rather blatantly even. This is embarrassing. And here is the timestamp of 52 seconds. And DGay replies, you don't see the 180 flick expecting another far away? It def moves. The camera goes in a complete change of direction. And of course, as we mentioned in the other various replies, after this Handcam stream, she did get banned on Twitch. Dexterdo also tweeted it out saying, VTuber Riley CS has been banned on Twitch. Their Battlefield 6 clips had recently gone viral amid cheating allegations. Damaged Sector replies, good. Cheaters suck. Sora Visco says, the least you can do for an article like this is a bit of research. The soft implication that Riley's ban was specifically by Twitch for cheating is completely untrue. She was mass reported, which triggers an auto ban. She also hasn't been banned in game. It's unclear, just means that there is no evidence for it in this case. This is just giving credence to rumors with no substance behind them. Chud replies to Dexterdo by saying, allegations. Bro snapped to an enemy's head through a wall. Nobody should be surprised a guy lying about being a woman is also lying about using aimbot. And Raw says, grown-ass man pretending to be a cat girl got caught cheating in game? Flabbergasted. And Astrid says, she's a woman. And Raw replies, and you are idiot. Riley then also replies to Dexterdo when they say, unbanned soon, stay tuned. Oni replies to Riley by saying, stop pretending to be a woman. And Jason says, this you with no views in 2 weeks? She got 25 million views in 1 day. I wonder why you're upset. And Oni says, I'd rather do it the right way. Can't embarrass my family pretending to be a girl for views like a cheap whore. And Rice Cake replies, you think they wouldn't be embarrassed by this? Attaching a screenshot of his channel with 13 views, 8 views, and 9 views. Tectone quote tweets Dexterdo and says, Twitter, person gets exposed for doing bad thing. That's bad. Person revealed to be trans. Oh, well actually, you're just mad because you're transphobic. Every damn time. The Quartering replies, it's plot armor. It's far less effective in 2025, but for a long time, it was OP. Silk quote tweets Dexterdo and says, how has this even happened? Obviously, it's hard to know with certainty, but my bet is that Riley is legitimate. Insane mechanics across a few titles. Hope it gets sorted. Liquid Mindo quote tweets Dexterdo and says, it's insane how many noobs just can't comprehend if you practice something, you get better at it. The average person really just relies on aim assist and yells cheater anytime they die. All of the clips Riley posted look 100% legit, and all of the replies are insane. Rock Solid quote tweets Dexterdo and says, turns out the cheater is transsexual. Suddenly a ton of people are supporting him. Some OJ Simpson shit right here. Cheapy Reviews quote tweets Dexterdo and says, summary of what I've seen on my timeline for the last 2 days. Goes viral from cheating in BF6. Internet manages to get them banned from Twitch for it. People find out the cheater is trans. Social media starts to defend them, saying they didn't cheat or it's okay to cheat. And Grums replies, for the people who believe this is cheating and justifying it based on trans, then they are actually create a huge problem that is only going to get worse. It comes at the expense of anyone who is not trans who is punished for cheating while others get away with it. This type of thing destroys societies. The Dragon's Treasure quote tweets Dexterdo and says, this event perfectly encapsulates why everyone is sick of the trans community and no one wants to even pretend to like this mentally ill cult anymore. Dude does a basic universally disliked tactic, cheating at video games. It's not even a subtle cheat neither. So you'd think that this would be a pretty basic open and shut case after he gets banned for it. But nope. Oh, the person is trans? In that case, they did absolutely nothing wrong. They didn't cheat, that's just their natural superhuman reaction time and aim. Everyone who is upset by this needs to be hated and cancelled for being a transphobic bigot. This is why no one wants anything to do with you in any capacity. There is nothing that won't be excused to these people as long as they say they're trans. Nothing. That Family Guy clip is probably the most accurate thing they've ever said in their 20+ years of TV. I'm trans. Oh, I'm sorry. Do whatever you want all the time. And Piss Stained Blanket replies, that's not what people are saying. We're saying her cheating in a game gives you no reason to be transphobic to her. Even the article's headline gets her pronouns wrong. Someone cheating in a game doesn't give you a reason to be transphobic. Then Yeet tweets out another VTuber who is commenting on the situation, Camila, with the caption, Camila apologizes for not knowing the pronouns of the viral BF6 cat girl. And it's a tweet where Camila said, my bad, I didn't know. I just saw a cheater, not anything else. I'm sorry. And Azuri replies, people who assume the worst out of you are mainly trying to find someone else to dunk on. You should be good. And Camila says, Twitter is a scary place. It is diabolical how fast I was accused of being a transphobe over a genuine mistake, especially over the fact that I am openly pan. And then Yeet attaches this screenshot, which starts by showing Camila replying to Dexerto saying, hope he never comes back, and Nyara quote tweeting it saying, why is Camila misgendering a trans woman who is currently the target of a harassment campaign? And Nancy screenshots Nyara and says, Nyara is trying to organize a witch hunt on Camila just because she misgendered someone. And Tectone replies to Yeet by saying, apologizing to people who are only trying to witch hunt will only fuel the fire for their next witch hunt. Massive L apologizing for this. Accepted Rapid post on the FPSAimTrainer subreddit. The accused person that was recently posted here got banned on Twitch just now. She was cheating. Continuing to say, I was also about to make a post showing evidence that she was cheating because people here were claiming that she wasn't cheating. I also had the link for the stream. It was the most recent one, but after I tried to check the link again, the link was gone and the channel was banned. The pics above shows the fog she's going through with no visibility at all. There's nobody on the minimap either. Then she stops and her aim is locked somewhere within the fog, and a few milliseconds later, the enemy pops out exactly from the crosshair. The aim was locked exactly to the enemy's head within the fog when the enemy was invisible. Check out her Twitter too. Some comments have videos where her aim locks into nowhere suddenly where probably the enemy was obstructed from view. And they attach these 3 images. First this one of them in the fog, then this one showing the crosshair placement being here, and then finally the enemy walking out of the fog. Blazed by Cash says, did she get banned for cheating from Twitch or mass report? I don't think that stuff is confirmed. And Skyline Life replies, she's a very dominant Kovacs player and has amazing aim in every game she plays. Wouldn't be surprised if she was just mass reported by all the 45-year-old battle dads that haven't tried to aim since the 90s. Even Focus BF just got suspended on Twitch for a few days. A legit ex-BF pro got mass reported and suspended. There is no saving the franchise if this is their player base. And Throwaway replies, 16 million views in their Twitter post with insane hate. So yeah, mass reporting seems pretty likely. Then Cop Waster, who claims to be Riley CS, replies to this thread themselves and says, I got banned from mass reports because my post got 17 million views on Twitter. It's honestly a miracle it didn't happen sooner, if anything. This exact thing has happened to Focus BF, who is a well-known Battlefield player, more than once. And Alexa replies, obviously it was a coordinated attack from those people, in addition to clueless and jealous normies. Consider this ban as a medal. You are famous now. And Shad says, just like I thought. It's honestly crazy how much hate you're getting. Stay strong, legend, and keep grinding. Halo Metroid says, sure, I'd like to see more 180 on the rocks with that paw cam of yours. Until you film yourself with a camera that shows your whole setup, desk, and all screen at the same time, cheating accusations will stand against you until then. Just like speedrunners have to do, you will have to prove it. Simply filming your hand does not show anything. Show us what programs are running in the background, etc. And Riley replies, I'm convinced if I didn't verbally say, I just flicked that guy behind a rock, people like you wouldn't be saying anything, because I wasn't even on target after the flick. Timeless replies to Riley by saying, how many hours training? And Riley replies, 1550 on Kovacs, 250-ish on AimLab, and a very large majority of my time played is target switching and static. MJ Baby replies, she was manually unbanned on Battlefield. Twitch unbanned won't be until tomorrow at the earliest. And Riley replies, I never got banned on Battlefield to begin with, actually. And Nadlo says, hey yo, you're a Tarkov player. Sorry for your loss. And Crazy Priority says, how do you lock on through walls? Because that is a cool party trick. Yeet then tweets out that Riley CS has been unbanned on Twitch after the viral Handcam stream. And I Am Nora replies, it's fucking ridiculous. Can we all stop treating these individuals as a protected class? If any person of any other group did this, a certain left wing would be clamoring for a permaban. What the actual fuck? Hall replies, he's cheating. I really don't need Twitch to confirm that for me. Cozy says, wow, I guess she was innocent. We all learned a good lesson today about accusing people and about bigotry. Yeats continues to tweet out when they post this tweet in the caption, Asmongold is being roped into the conversation about the viral BF6 cat girl. And it's Omni quoting Dexerto saying, Asmongold called for a racial genocide and got less hate than this. The only reason this person is receiving any support is because they are trans. Thoughtless identity politics at work. And Tectone replies, botted likes and botted aim. What a perfect duo. TCL replies to Asmon by saying, I find you to be a pretty reasonable person on many topics, even if I may disagree with plenty of said topics. However, I don't think this blame the woke angle works anymore. People like you killed the woke. You're just wrong on this one. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives Akiko, Salsal, Dakotas Bandito, Captain Crashout, and 19 Kilometers. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.